Hey, my name is Cycle, and this is my new YouTube channel. While I am starting out with VTOL VR tutorials, I hope to expand what I do in the future. For the solid stuff, here we go. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I should be a pro at this. Graph. So it turns out only 0% of you are actually subscribed, and it might be because I've never uploaded a video ever. Subscribe! And now, do you see the like button below this video? You know, the one with the thumbs up? Yep, that's the one. Go press it now, or all your cookies will suddenly disappear. Next, directly to your down, there is a comment section. Type something in there. Anything you want. You can flame me for not turning on the spectator cam. You could tell me what a great job I did explaining how to press a button. Whatever you want. Thanks. Enjoy the video. Hello, and welcome to my F-45 VTOL VR tutorial series. This tutorial series is heavily based on the VTOL VR tutorial nuggets by VTOL VR Tutorials. I have a link in the description for the AV-45, or 42, I think. I don't know, the AV one, the first one. And, I really enjoyed those tutorials. I found them very helpful. And I just wanted to make one for the F-45, so here we are. This is just a brief rundown on the cockpit and everything pretty much in it. And let's start with moving stuff around. Move yourself around by raising and lowering your seat, found right here. The throttle, unfortunately, cannot be moved, but that's not too big of a deal. But just so you know, in order to move the joystick, you left, right, forward, backwards, up, and down. Pretty self-explanatory. Auto, you can grab it and do whatever you want. Another thing to note before I go into all the buttons, how to control everything with your controllers. So the grip button is for grabbing large objects, mainly the joystick, the eject handle, and the throttle. The triggers are for either pulling the trigger on the actual joystick and throttle, or for using small buttons and switches. There is a, depending on your controller, there's a button that you're either going to have to look up or find that will either deploy shafts if it's on the throttle, to change weapon groups if you're on the joystick, or when you're on this jettison panel, that button will also let you jettison. That's important. Lastly, or second to lastly, if you hold the grip button and the menu button, or no, I'm sorry, it's the grip, trigger, and the menu button. You get this little menu, which you can use to recenter your seat, restart the mission, quick save the mission, or exit the mission. In order to get rid of this menu, grab anything. Lastly, you can do hand gestures by holding the grip button and moving the joystick. You can do polite gestures like the thumbs up or the stop flying so close to me gesture. Anything works for whatever you're doing. On the left side here, we have the MP3. We have instrument brightness, so if you turn this on, everything turns green, and then you can brighten or not brighten. That didn't make sense. External lights, landing lights, strobe lights, nav lights, and formation lights. Your fuel port, this is for aerial refueling. The arrestor hook and the launch bar. The launch bar is for taking off on a carrier with a catapult, and the arrestor hook is for landing on a carrier, both in regular flight and vertical flight. The parking brake, pretty self-explanatory. While you're holding it, you're braked. Jettison, you switch it to whatever you want to jettison, either the selected items, all external items, or every single item that can be jettisoned. Once you've selected it, click the button that we talked about, and it jettisons. Landing gear, pretty self-explanatory. VCAP mode, which is for vertical takeoff and landing. We will cover that in a separate tutorial. Helmet, the visor, I found is pretty useless in this ship, because the HUD is actually already attached to your helmet regardless of if you have the visor on or not. Night vision, if you're at night, is useful, but only when you're at night. And this big thing, this multifunction display, touchscreen, we will go over more in depth in another tutorial, but the gist of it is click on whatever you want to display. You can maximize these if you want, doesn't really matter. If you want to swap the displays, click that. If you have if you want to save this as a preset, then click and hold, and it saves it as the preset. So if you want to go back to the preset, you can just do it. Clear waypoint, if you have a waypoint, it clears it. Altitude mode, if right now we're at the sea level mode, you can see on the HUD it says 342 right there. That's we're 342 feet, I believe, above sea level. Altitude mode turns that, and it turns it to radar mode, so it's how many feet down are you based on the radar on the ship, or on the aircraft rather. This is countermeasures count. You can either display fuel, which is how much fuel you have, or your autopilot menu. We'll go into that in more detail. Over here is the engine on or off, auxiliary power unit on and off, main battery on and off, canopy open and closed. This has a big canopy, which is very loud if it's not closed. Comms, volume for the comms and the mic, eject handle, master arm switch, the pitch indicator with heading on top, multifunction display power, head mounted display power, and the brightness of each respectively. And that pretty much about covers it. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. But wait, there's more. I forgot about 3 very important things. Number 1, wings. If they're up, you can be less fat when you're on an aircraft carrier. When they're down, they're normal. Tip, do not fly with the wings up, because that you will crash. Next, these grips, they have absolutely zero purpose in the game, but if you want to roleplay as a mortal man that can feel G's, there you go. Lastly, there's this bobblehead. This is probably the most important thing, and you can in fact disable him in the settings, but if you do, I hope I will stop loving you, just like my mom. Thank you.